just that little C right there. Okay, do you see it just gives a lit right on the end of the nose? You can even use your finger to get the end of your nose. Stay on the top of it if you've got a big nose like me. Don't get underneath. And if you want, you can do a little bit right on the nose bone and on either side of the brow. Like right above the brow right there. And that just gives a little bit of a shine. Try to stay out of these wrinkles because what does highlighters do? They highlight. What does highlighters do? And then the top of the chin only. Don't go down, just right there. And on the Cupid's bow. Like that. Now, if you can see that let go too much, so just make sure you come back and blend some of that back off. Otherwise it looks like you just were eating out of a milkshake. There we go. And again, just kind of make sure that it's just that one space. Okay. All right. Now, eyeshadow. I've got a nice soft brown on, but I am going to go ahead and use from, this is again Charlotte Tilbury. This is her Star in Your Eyes palette. And I'm going to go in here to this kind of shinier Power Eyes. And I'm going to go right under the brow and just kind of blend that out. Just to kind of pick up almost like a highlighter look on the brow. And just blend it really good. Then I'm going to use the butt end of this brush and use that same highlighting color. Tap it off real good. Right on the inner corner. And I might just go over the lid with it a little bit. Accidentally kick that up a little bit, so I hope I didn't get it too chunky looking. And then over the lid, just to get that little shine going. Now, I'm going to use this same brush, and I'm going next over to this color. Should I use this color? I'm going to use this color, this kind of honey color. And I'm going to go right over the lid with that. It's kind of your enhanced color in her palettes, and it is a honey color. It is very shimmery, and it is very, I would say, it's not glittery at all, but it's shimmery. And then I'm going to use a pointed shader brush and go in, because I have the warm shade already in there, I'm going to go one over where it says Happy Eyes. I'm going to go one shade over here using this tapered blending brush and build the outer corner and into the crease, just back and forth on the crease. Now I could blend in a burgundy here if I wanted to as well, and I may do that. Okay, so what that does is that just gives some depth. That's all it does. But again, like all palettes lately, it's getting a little too orangey for me. So while I'm darkening it out here, and then I'm going in that crease to kind of even it all out. Okay. I'm going to go to Confident Eyes and take some of this kind of purpley tone and just do that in the dark, because it's super dark, in this outer third of the lid and just the outer V. And you can just, without pulling the tip up, twirl a circle like that and make your outer V, and then just kind of blend it out a little bit, just a little bit. And do you see how that just gives even a little more depth and a little bit of a cool hue? So again, the outer corner, or outer third I should say. And then I'm just going to go right in that outer area and do a circle. And see how it made it just a dot? Now you got to just blend that out. You can blend it into the crease a little to kind of get those colors to meld together. I don't know if it did it as well. It never does it as well on this side, y'all. I don't know. I've been told it's because of that scar I have. But the one thing you don't want to do, you want to blend it out real good, because you don't want there to be a line there, because as we get older it looks like a hood or a hooded eye. So there. And we'll go back and we're probably going to blend that in a little more, because that, right where the hood starts is where my scar is. So then you can get a blending brush. No, I have one handy. There's one. And all the blending brushes is a really poofy brush that you can really move some of that around and blend it out a little bit. So we're just going to blend it out in the front first. So there's not so much lines, and then right here, just right between the crease and the transition area, and then get that kind of back end. So there's no lines, and it looks blended like that. Okay. All right, so there's that. I do want to do a little bit underneath the eye again, and I'm going to choose, I know I just licked, but it's my palette. I'm not sharing it with anybody. Okay, I'm going to go right through the lash line with this kind of purple tone. And then I'm going to connect it and go right through the upper lash line, kind of stamping it into it. And all that does is just kind of fill in any fleshy looking area. I want color, I don't want the fleshy. And sometimes you do, but not for the look that I'm going for. And you can even kind of reinforce the brow a little bit. I know some of you are going with purple. Yep. With purple. You can do it with purple because honestly it's such a brown purple. If you'll notice, you can't even really tell. There we go. Maybe a little. There. Yeah, I feel like that's good. It's more of a hue change than anything else. Okay. Now, when you are finished, one of the things you can do if you feel like you overdid anywhere is go in front of it and go back. Go in front of it and go back. And all it does is blend some of your foundation with the colors you chose. Like up here, I feel like I need to see, I almost see a line right there. So go in front of it and go into it. You're just dragging a little of that foundation into it, so it kind of just evens it out. Okay? Yeah, here as well. I feel like the sides are good. Maybe a little too much on the nose. There we go. There we go. So that's the look. That is the final look. Now I am going to go and do some mascara and touch up my lipstick as well, but this is all I feel like that I need to do. I am going to scooch right by there, just make sure there's a good blend on the sides too. But I am going to add a little bit of lip gloss to my lips. First I am going to add some more color. Let me just do that with you, because it looks a little tired out from the day. But do you know that this is from early this morning? That is how good Chanel is. It is her liquid lipstick. I live by this stuff. I love it. This is Soft Rose, my favorite color. And I'm just cleaning up a Cupid's Bow, since we put highlighter up there, it kind of messed it up. I'm not going too far out, because as you get older, the one thing you don't want to do is take this all the way out, because then it looks like it goes right into those wrinkles. Matter of fact, go right past them, upper and lower, and see, it stops short of where that wrinkle goes down, so you don't look like you're doing that all the time. Alright, and then we're going to use the lip gloss, which sets the product. It moisturizes, and it's shiny, like lip gloss should be. There we go. Especially for video, you do want that. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to put on a little bit of liquid liner, and I'm going to put on some mascara. So, oops, and there it went. Let's see. I will probably, let's see. Excuse me. I'm going to use the Lash Paradise liquid liner. So I'm going to go ahead now and do my eyelash curling. I hold it longer than most people do. So I'll just tell you that most people do not hold it this long. They will do a couple little bends and they're done. But to me, that's, for me personally, that is silliness. Because I want it to stay, and for me, it will not stay. There, I still want to get a little blended back. Right there. There we go. Yeah, it would not stay if I only did that much. And I literally have gotten to where I'm doing it eye by eye. I'm going to move this mirror up a little bit. So after I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and put my liner on very quickly, and then get to doing this, get to putting that mascara on, because they pretty quickly after you I'm just going to make a little wing this time. Don't want an overly dramatic one for the video I'm doing. And the main thing is just making sure that liner lays right down on those lashes, so that there's no bleed through. Do you see the difference in my eyes? I'm using a very cheap, dependable, Wet n Wild Mega Length Hydrofuge, so it's waterproof mascara. And I don't think this is a recent purchase. It's the only thing, so I'm wondering, has it dried out? I hope not. And it's got a comb on it, which will, you know, make your lashes stand out more. So it will not be quite as much volume. So you'll have to build it. And, excuse me, had a little hiccup in there. Actually, that wasn't a hiccup. That was probably a burp. I was just trying to be nice about it. But the other thing about this is it's great for lower lashes because the comb will really separate them. Now here's what it's not great for. Do you see? It is not great for building volume. So I will use a separate mascara. Probably, let's see, I'll use the Armani Eyes to Kill. So you can stop at this video. I'm going to keep going, so there will be a part 2. Some people love part 2s. Some people are annoyed by part 2s. Most people say, I always feel like I've made an accomplishment when I get to part 2. But anyway, so this is more of a brush versus